All right, so number 30. What is the crosswind component for landing on runway 18 if it reports the wind as 220 degrees? So we just have to do a little math here. So we have 220, all right, and then we have 18, which is actually 180 degrees. So what is the crosswind? So we're looking for this part, the crosswind component. What is the crosswind component for landing on a runway 18, which is at 180 degrees, if the tower reports the wind as 220 degrees? So when we subtract that, right, we get 40 degrees, right? Or runway 40, or whatnot, okay? So next we have to find the intersection of, after getting that number, we need to find the intersection of 40 and the 30 knots, which is given. Specifically the 30 knot wind velocity arc. Then proceed downward, and whatever is down would be our 19 arc, would be our crosswind component. All right, so 40 degrees, well, that's this. So we're gonna go down until we hit the 30 arc. So we're going down, 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 and this is the 30 arc. Now looking at that, all right, that is, when we go down, that's roughly over there, barely 20, maybe 18, 19. So the answer is 19. So that's our answer for 30. That's all right. Let's do 31. Now 31, what is the headwind component? All right, now we're trying to solve this particular number. What is the headwind component for a landing on runway 18 if the tower reports the wind is 220? So it's the same problem, but reworded differently. We have, once again, 220, 180. We're left with 40 degrees. All right, so we're going down 40 degrees and at 30 knots again. So we're going down 40 degrees. We come down to 30 knots. Now what we're doing now this time is, last time we were finding the crosswind component, but this time we're finding the headwind components. So we're just going to go this way instead. Anyway, so that comes out to be, well, it's between 20 and 25, right? So, but it's not even the mid. So that between 20 and 25 is 23. So 31 is B. That takes care of that. 32. So you have 32. Determine the maximum wind velocity for a 45-degree angle crosswind if the maximum crosswind component for the airplane is 25 knots. So determine the maximum wind velocity for a 45-degree angle if the maximum is 20 knots. So here we're starting differently. We have to start on the bottom of the graph. We have to look for 25. So 25 is this location here. So we're going to go to 20. We're going to start at 25 and move upward to the 45-degree angle. And that's going to be between 45 and 50. So 45 is going to be this. All right, so let's go up to, I can use the straight line. So we're starting here. All right, so we're going to go up to it until we reach 45. That, I believe, is 45, right? That was off. Where these two intersect, that's 45. Now we need to figure out what that is. So I'll write it in a different color. Whatever this point is, that's our answer. So looking at that, that is roughly going to be that is 25. Is that the answer? No. I made a mistake. Let me start again. Let me start again. So I was not entirely wrong, but I erased the screen. So we can just go quickly back to it because we're looking for the arc, which I just realized I made a mistake. That was number 32. So let's go back to that. So this is 45. I'm just gonna go across. So, and this is 25. Oh, it's at 25, not 45. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Okay, so this intersection is what's key. So yes, that intersection is at 25, 25, but that's not what the question's asking. The question's asking determine the maximum wind velocity, and these arcs here is the wind velocity, and that's what we're trying to find out. So if we were to draw an arc between these, it would come out to 35, 35. So the answer is 35 knots. That's the wind velocity. All right, so that answers that. 33. So with the reported wind of north is always 360 degrees. With a wind of north of 360 at 20 knots or 320 degrees. So we have 360 degrees and 320 degrees. So when we subtract that, we get 40 degrees. So what we're doing is, so looking at that, dropping straight, the discussion says dropping straight downward to the horizontal axis gives 13 knots, which is the maximum crosswind speed. And the book says 20 knots. So we're going north at 20 knots. So this is what we will do.